Okay, we're live. Finally. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about Clearbow and what that entails, and it's just something I've been curious about. I've been wanting to experiment with it, so I thought I would bring all of y'all along. So, welcome to Retainer Designer live stream. This is my Thursday live stream. I'm going to be trying to do this year. It's my New Year's resolution to do a live stream every Thursday. For those that don't know, my name is Cade Tippett with Retainer Designer, and I do YouTube videos on orthodontic laboratory techniques, products, all that stuff. So if you want to get alerts for this, be sure and subscribe. Click that little bell icon, and you'll get notified every time I go live. I'm going to try to go live around noonish every Thursday. That's Central Standard Time. But for those that are wondering why I don't upload videos, I've been so busy lately. We're putting on a conference in a few months. I hope to see y'all there. Let me pull up the website real quick, and that way you can see it. It's a two and a half day orthodontic laboratory conference held near Dallas, Texas, the last weekend in March 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. So if you are interested in coming, you can go to this website here, which is, or you can Google Association of Orthodontic Laboratory Professionals. Go here to 2020 Conference and Expo, and you can go to conference schedule. You can see all the schedule. We're doing all sorts of fun stuff. Aligner hands-on and Herbst hands-on and things like that. I'm not speaking at it, but I am helping to set it up. I am helping to set it up, so I'm not speaking, but I would love to see y'all there. So y'all can register here, and it's $300, and that's for all 3 days. Now, hands-on is a little bit more expensive if you want to hands-on on aligners and Herbst. Anyway, get that out of the way. So that's why I've been very busy, and that's why I'm doing these live streams, so that I don't have to edit these videos. But I did get these samples in, and let's see, let me pull that back up. Okay, this is clearbow.com if you want to check it out. I've heard really good things about it. I haven't even done it yet. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to attempt to do my first Clearbow. That way we can see how easy it is for a newbie. And then later on I may do a hands-on with the creator or the lab guy at Clearbow, and he can talk me through the whole mess. Hello, Teresa, how are you doing? Anyway, let's get started without further ado. So this is the Clearbow. You can go to laboratories here, give them a call. They sent me some samples, some like ones that have been damaged, I guess during production, that you can work with just to play around with. So that's what I'm doing here. But let me show you what I'm working with here. This is an untrimmed version of a retainer that I do for a longtime doctor of mine, and he likes 4-to-4 labial acrylic, and then these finger clasps, just a standard Holly, but 4-to-4 labial bow with 4-to-4 acrylic. He likes to encapsulate the threes in it. So I come across this, and I would love to try and do this. Oh yeah, this is one I've already bent for this one. So I've taken the same model and I've created this. So this is what they recommend. They do have a video. I have linked it below. Let's see if I can get back to that. They do, if you look up Clearbow, I've linked it below. They have a whole instruction video here talking about how to measure.
Measuring unilateral or bilateral extraction cases. Position and hold the blue arrow at the distal of one of the black dots on the ruler is in line with the distal of the other cuspid. The number above.
Okay, so anyway, it kind of goes over, so you can watch that and get a good idea of what it takes to make one of these. Again, this is my first time doing this. So hopefully I won't mess up, but if I do, hey, it's gonna be fun if I mess up, right? So let's try this. Again, I got my labial bow here. I did call them and I bought the kit, which is very cool. This is the starter kit that they give out. It is, hold on, let me change out one of these real quick. I think my phone went to sleep. It did. I had another camera, it went to sleep on me. Gotta love live. But that's dadgum, I totally forgot to do that. Let's try that again. Doot. And why can't I do this with my left hand? So weird. Okay, that worked. Okay, so this is the what they call the Clearbow intro kit, and I saw the video and I saw them using these tools, and I really liked them. First off, you got pliers that you can use that will hold on to the coil loops. So these are a certain kind of plastic, and then these coil loops hold on to the plastic, and then it's just normal wire in the back. And these you can hold on to it to stabilize as you bend the wire. Moving on, you have your special pliers. I'm going to go ahead and set these out because I'm going to need them. And they got special bends so that you can apply pressure against your labial bow, like that. And they have right-handed and left-handed. So these right here are shims. So if you need to create a space in front of a tooth, you attach one of these shims to the front of the tooth and adapt it to the labial bow, and then remove these little metal shims, and that way you can create a space if you need to. Now the cool thing about these is these are actually adjustable with 3-prong. So that's pretty cool. You also get a trim kit here, a finishing kit, and a finishing burr. Get this in the picture slowly. And then of course you get your measuring, because you got to measure these. So let me get this out. Another reason this came up was one of my doctors. Hey Frank, how you doing? Never made one of those. Oh yeah, Jay, OrthoLab. This is my first time too to make one of these, so hopefully it'll work out. But they also sent me some sample ones to work with, and I also got some sample ones from one of my doctors, that doctor that makes this, this type of retainer. Again, this is untrimmed, unfinished. They called and canceled this, so I kept it and kept the model. But anyway, I talked to him about a Clearbow alternative, because I think having a Clearbow, the patient will be super happy with it. There'll be no metal in there, and this won't yellow or crack. So it's supposedly these are stain resistant and very durable. They have a video where the guy's just taking pliers and just abusing this thing, and it just snaps right back on the model. So that was real important to me. So that's why I contacted them. So the kit I got, there are different types of Clearbow. You have Clearbow versions. You got the bicuspid, bicuspid, canine, canine, and then the slim. So we'll get over that, or go over that later. And of course, they sent me some ads to give to my doctors, which is nice to kind of introduce them to Clearbow. So you can see adjustable with 3-prong plier. So we'll set that aside. And then here is the actual units here. So you can see he sent me some that say lab use only, and they are, I guess they were injured in the manufacturing process. Hopefully you can see that there's some gouges and stuff. So these are ones to practice with. And one thing that he told me was, you know, even if you're using them and something happens and it's ones that you bought, he'll replace them. So as long as you don't abuse that. But he wants you to get your money's worth out. And I'll have to look at the prices again. I want to say they run for 15 bucks each, maybe. But when you talk about labial acrylic and how much labor goes into that, and this labial bow, when you're just bending 2 loops and adapting it, the rest of it with heat, to me it may wash out, maybe a couple bucks extra. But you can see there's +4, -4, -3, +3. So you use these on extraction cases, which I don't have one here, but this would be for cases where the bicuspids were extracted and then the labial bow goes 3 to 3. When there's non-extraction, use the plus. And so, for instance, if I measure this and let's clear these out of the way. Now I think they go from 2 to 5, yeah, or 1 to 5 in their sizes, these sizes here. So I'm going to use the plus side right here, and I'm going to place the arrow distal to the canine, like they said in the video, and wrap this around, and this lands right between 3 and 4. So, oh, let me, it slipped on me, make sure it doesn't slip in. Okay, so this lands distal to the 4. Hopefully y'all can see that. This lands, so distal to the 4, as long as it lands in one of those dots, you can see that you would use a number 4 or a +4. So you would take it out, and oh, I have it upside down. So these are always, make sure the loops are bent occlusally, both top and bottom, when you go to adapt this. And so I've already adapted the loops. I kind of made the loops a little bigger than I wanted, but this is ready to solder. So we're going to solder this, and then we are going to attempt to we're going to attempt to try to adapt this. So let's see if I fail terribly or not. Let's see, I have a model holder here. Greg Malone. Hello, Greg Malone from Iowa. Good to see y'all again, Frank, Teresa. Good to see the usuals are here. Sorry I have not been doing much. That's my New Year's resolution, is to do something every Thursday for y'all, whether it's mundane or anything. So I've already adapted this, or I've done my loop. Get this in the shot here. Get my light on it better. So I'm going to, I guess I'll go ahead and cut it and then glue it, make sure everything is good. Now they said there is going to be some space. That's normal. Hopefully it's normal on this. But actually, let me see if I did pull the right one. Let me pull one of these lab use onlys. Show you what I started with. So you can see they're very well adapted. Yeah, so this is the same one. So this is where I can use those pliers. I got my little shelf over here that's trying to fall on everything. So I have my pliers. I'm going to straighten this out. There we go. And I'm going to, I would put a loop right here. So I've already done it once, so no reason to do it again. So I'm going to mark this. So I have that sitting right on the the Adams clasp. I'm going to get some pliers here to adapt that a little better. Let's see if I can get you better angles here. And there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these. I can find my pliers. All right. One thing I do like to do when I solder is get some glasses on. Oh, sorry for the audio. Mike got caught in my pant leg. Nah, it wasn't important. Maybe it was. Oh, it's my heat gun. We'll get to that in a second. That's my one thing. You gotta keep that thing going. So there we go. I like that. So go ahead and adapt this a little bit better. Again, if you're just joining us, we're doing clear bow, or I'm attempting a clear bow. We're going to adapt it. We're going to see if I fail at it, because when I talk to them on the phone, and I highly suggest calling them. They are very nice, very helpful, and they said, you know, once I practice a little bit, give them a call, and they'll help me, give me some pointers and tips, and they'll get on live stream with me. I told them that, hey, let's live stream it. Let's show everybody how terrible I am at this. All right, I'm going to tack this with some Zap It base to hold it down. Hopefully this chemical doesn't ruin the labial bow. All right, hold that in place. And, oh, still not set up. I didn't put enough accelerant on there. There we go. Usually this comes in a spray. It's a Zap It base. That is not, see, I'm having a hard time. I bet you're supposed to take all that extra wire out the back and tack it down better. Again, first time trial run. We're gonna see. If y'all have used this before, hey, leave a comment in the chat or down below if you're watching this later, and just give me some tips and tricks or something y'all have discovered that works well. There we go. This still needs to be. Obviously, I didn't bend this well enough. It's got too much of a tension in it. But they recommend doing the Adams clasp first, or C clasp if you're going to solder to C clasp, and then doing your sprinkling. And I did kind of a rough trim. They said don't trim it. Don't even take it off the model. Just go straight into doing this. But I'm going to try doing a little bit of trimming first. I kind of curious if I can. My experience with QCM bows, if y'all have done that, is you finish it all first, high shine and everything, and then you come back and solder. But there's always the risk of, you know, ruining your acrylic when you solder. So, ooh, I do not like that. Let's get this. There we go. Actually, I probably should tack the retainer to it too. But what I was saying, there, it usually comes with a pump spray. But I find it gets it all over my fingers, and I don't wash it off all the way, and I have an issue with that. So, let's solder. Get my soldering gear here. Oh, I might be out of, well, it's time to do a little tip. Mix up my flux here. Scott Wood, hi, how are you doing? Now, if you notice, this is a, I'm fighting with that too much. All right, this is not going to be very good because that's already flaring up, but I'm already fighting it too much. I may need to refill this. I've found a new dispenser that I like for my heat shield. Let's see if it'll last. I'm going to make like a wall on my acrylic so that it doesn't burn my acrylic. Yeah, I ran out. So we're going straight into the tip. I have these in my Amazon store. That's where I bought them from. And there's like 4 of them, and I forget how much it is, like $6 or something. It was cheap. But I mainly just take this and use my finger. It's real quick. Oh, it's good. I haven't seen an appliance demo in a while. How have you been? Oh, Scott, I've been busy. My man, I've been busy. Our lab pretty much almost doubled in size and workload. So I've been a lot of lab work, working with the Dental Lab Association of Texas, working with the Association of Orthodontic Laboratory Professionals, and in case y'all missed it, you can watch the rewind. We're putting on an Ortho Lab conference in Dallas at the end of March, so make sure y'all register. I'd love to see all y'all there. There we go. Kind of like a Play-Doh factory. Yes, your fingers get dirty, but, you know, it is what it is. So I've created this. I noticed on my other one, this tip would dry out, and I would have to, like, pick it out. So I'd use this. I got a dapping dish, and this is an RPE wire. And I filled my dapping dish up with acrylic, and I stuck my RPE wire in there, and I let it set up. So, because I kept putting things on here and then losing it on my desk. So this I haven't lost yet. So that's my way of protecting that. So let me finish adapting this. I'm going to protect the clear bow. I'm going to protect, if you notice, this is a 3D printed model. So if anybody has ever soldered on a 3D printed model, you know it is fume city. It will gas you out of your lab. So I'm going to try to block as much of this as I can. Also, it's also going to be done with the angle of my my flame. So let me dap that down, flatten it out, give my flame a little area to go to. Now, if I fell on this, y'all can't judge me too bad. All right. So let's get the solder. And I'm going to turn off some of the light so I can see this flame. And I'm going to point away from, hopefully there's enough light here for y'all to see this. I'm going to point the flame away from my model and away from the clear bow. There we go. Yeah, that's probably enough. Let's do the other side. Hey, that didn't smoke at all. It looks like I blocked it well enough. Oh man, I picked this up off of Steve Zara's Amazon page. This blazer. Oh, I really like it. So I've added it to my Amazon page. The link's below. Oh, I didn't block the distill to that. Let me add some real quick so I don't get gassed out, because usually I do this under a fume hood, but since I'm recording, I can't. There you go. That one's uglier, but hey, it's a demo case. Can't judge me too bad. Yep, I do have a little bit of residual. Oh, I hear my 3-year-old daughter yelling or crying. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to play this video. Let's see if I can find where I'm at. And oh, they didn't use any soldering. Okay, I'm going to go rinse this off in the sink, and I'll be right back. Let me play this real quick. Hopefully I don't get a copyright strike.
When you're done soldering, you will notice a space 2 to 3 millimeters between the teeth and the clear bowl. This is normal. Step 4. Adapt the clear bowl. Cover both coil-tight joints with a thick amount of wet tissue paper. For laboratories using the 120-volt Steinel Ultra Heat SV803 heat tool, slide the fan speed switch to level 3 and set the temperature dial to 4. For laboratories using the 220-volt Steinel HL1910E heat tool, slide the fan speed switch to level 3 and set the temperature dial between 3 and 4. Heat the clear bowl in a side-to-side motion while using your tweezers to support the middle of the clear bowl. Stop heating after the clear bowl lightly touches the centrals. Keep the nozzle approximately 1 inch away from the surface of the clear bowl. Starting with the first tooth mesial to either coil-tight joint, begin forming the clear bowl using this technique. Heat, squeeze, remove heat, cool. Heat,
okay.
Squeeze, remove heat.
Remove heat, cool. Okay. So, all right. This is the moment of truth where I messed this totally up. So, stick with me. I have my, let's see here. So I have my wet tissue, like they were saying. I have my model. I have my specialty cotton tweezers that they've made, where I can do like this. I think he was doing a little adapting at the end. I might have to watch that again. But I also have my heat gun. This is Ultra Heat SV803 heat gun, and I followed their instructions on their video. And you're supposed to set the fan to 3, so all the way up. It's hard. And then the heat to 4. So if I heard that right on the video, actually I might need to go back. Drum roll, right? So I know this is. All right, let's watch this again. Make sure. I'm getting a little nervous. All right.
Support the middle of the clear bowl. Stop heating after the clear bowl lightly touches the centrals, while using your tweezers to support the middle of the clear bowl. Stop heating and set the temperature dial between 3 and 4. Heat the clear bowl in a side-to-side motion while using your tweezers to support the middle of the clear bowl. Stop heating after the clear bowl lightly touches the centrals. Keep the nozzle approximately 1 inch away from the surface of the clear bowl.
1 inch. Okay. All right. Now, I did test this before we got started to make sure it didn't trip my breaker. because all this is running on the same breaker. And I think this uses a lot of juice. Now, the lights start flickering, so I am recording this. I have a battery pack on the live streaming thing, so if this thing shuts down, then I'll, as quick as possible, try to get it booted back up. But I am recording. I'll probably re-upload this as a full video later on. So we're gonna try this. All right. All right. We got a drum roll from Jay. Let's do this. Let's see, make sure I'm in. I kind of want to pull this toward me. I'm going to adjust my upper camera here. Hopefully without breaking anything. Okay. Here we go. Again, attempt 1 of a Clearbow retainer. And I've soldered it, and we are going to try. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, lights are flickering. So 1 inch away. Let me get my tweezers here. Oh, I had wax on the teeth. Oh, crap. That can't be good. Oh, it's shrinking, I can tell. Hope y'all can see that. Oh, that's so cool. Let me turn this around. Maybe you can see it from the little camera. There we go. Lightly touching the centrals. All right, hopefully y'all can see that. I am lightly touching the centrals. Can y'all see that? But I got a huge flare right here. Now, one thing, I made a retainer on this, so as you can probably see in the above thing, I've melted some wax. So this might get a little junky and janky. So let's try this out. Okay, so round 2 is heat, squeeze, remove heat, cool. So let's listen to that real quick, just so we can all be on the same page.
Starting with the first tooth mesial to either coil tight joint, begin forming the Clearbow using this technique. Heat, squeeze, remove heat, cool. Heat, squeeze, remove heat, cool. Heat, squeeze, remove heat, cool. Point the nozzle towards the labial surface of the section you need to form and heat for 2 to 3 seconds to soften the plastic. Squeeze and hold the plastic with your tweezers to make the bend. Do not release pressure. Remove the heat while still continuing to hold pressure on the bend. Cool the bend and tweezers together and then release pressure. Keep the adapted section of the Clearbow covered with wet tissue paper when heating the section beside it. Let's do this.
Nice music. All right, let's try this. I don't know about you, I'm nervous. I guess you do a bunch of these over time. You get used to it. I'm sure y'all can see this. I wonder if I need to zoom this in a little bit. That's the other way. Other way. Zoom in. Enhance. All that wax is killing me. Remove the heat. Oh, keep squeezing. I kind of want to do it this way. You gotta soften it. Okay, remove the heat. Continue to squeeze. Ooh, ooh, that, ooh. Did you hear that? Did you see that singe? Okay, so it cooled it. So now that's adapted. Very nice. All right, next one. Can y'all see the lights flickering? Okay, continue to hold. Move this along. I'm gonna get some new. You know what? I think I got too hot. I actually melted that tooth. Maybe this isn't. Maybe I can't do these on 3D printed models. Did y'all see that tooth moving? Or maybe I'm just back off a little bit. Hang on, back off a little bit. Yeah, that tooth was moving, but yeah, that tooth is still moving. Oh, that's so weird. I didn't know this would do that. And I notice now it's flaring up here. Like it's warping the retainer. So that's something I got to work on. I bet this is better on a plaster model. So I may have to get there. So this is still adapted here. So one more adaptation. You can see a gap showing up here. Maybe it's because I'm squeezing the living daylights out of this thing. Yeah, I think I ruined this model. I think I might have to duplicate these to use it. Oh, that's a bummer. And get some new stuff. Or I'm just overheating like crazy. Yeah, I may take a special technique. All right, here we go. Yeah, I can't get that to soften. Oh, I'm supposed to do this, I think. Protect that coil. There we go. Maybe I just got to do a better job protecting this thing, kind of like I do when I solder. Okay. There we go. This is so hot. Okay. Oh, I'm old school. When we get a 3D printed model, first thing I do is duplicate it and make it in stone. Man, Jay, you make a good point. That's very, very important. I still do that for all my soldered appliances. So this is interesting. This is a 3D. If it was a stone, I'd probably have no issue whatsoever. So right now, I think as a review, I probably need to duplicate all the ones we're going to do in stone, which is a bummer. Or figure out some way of keeping everything cool, except for that little section where the wire goes. So let's look at this. This thing's still hot, but looks like it adapted nicely, except it warped my retainer on the inside. Oh, my model holder is hot. Let me go. Um, I'm gonna go dump this real quick in some cold water, and then we'll see what it looks like. So again, if anybody out there has messed with these before, leave a comment below and let me know, especially if you've done it on a 3D printed model. I'm very curious about that. And again, I'm going to try and get the manufacturer of this on a live stream. So, and I'll try to announce it as soon as possible so you could submit questions about this product, and we'll go from there and see, you know, if he has any solutions for 3D printed models, because I want to say about half my stuff is 3D printed models, and that one doctor, the one I talked about here, that makes these types of retainers, he sends me 3D printed model. He has his own scanner and 3D printing model, 3D printer that he prints his own models on. So yeah, we're gonna have to figure out something. Maybe even just filling in here with stone. I bet that might solve a lot of this. Fill this, because I print them hollow to save resin. But if I bet you if I fill this in with stone, it will help eliminate some of that softening. But man, that tooth was so loose. But again, I was heating the ever-loving crap out of it. Luciano Fishborn? Fishborn? Hello from Brazil. Hello. Awesome. Glad you're tuning in. Well, you're catching the end of it. Let me go grab that real quick and we'll see how it turned out. For those just joining us, this is my first attempt at a Clearbow retainer, and I think I adapted it pretty good. See if this will zoom in. Oh, I cracked my model. Oh my goodness, I cracked the model. Oh, that is crazy. I cracked the model. All right, let's get this off of here. But that shows you the resiliency of this, whatever plastic they're using on the front of this, or the labial bow on this. It withstands a lot of heat. In fact, I saw them in another video boil this thing, bend it up, and then put it back on the model, readapted it, and it was fine. Now, I probably could do some better adapting here. Get some better light on the subject here. Probably do some better adapting here, but I say that's pretty good. Again, it's not totally clear. Again, this is the samples they use. This is for lab use only to practice with. It doesn't have clear spots. So, and theoretically, this thing is 3-prong adjustable. Oh, did I break it? I don't know if I broke it. So if the guy from Clearbow is probably watching this going, "You're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. Why are you doing it?" All right, we'll call it there. Again, I'm going to do a follow-up video on this, so make sure you subscribe. Again, this is Clearbow. You can look for their website here. Clearbow.com. They're a Canadian company, if you couldn't tell from the video. They got a very nice product, very affordable. Let's see if we can find the price real quick on this. Am I clicking on it? View our store. I think it takes you to a different store. Okay. So Clearbow, a 10-pack. Let's see. A 2-pack is $17.80. So I said they're $15 each. They're actually less than that. Whatever. $6, $6 something each. And again, this heat gun I got on eBay for a little cheaper, for $50 something. I have a link in my description below. So check that out. I got this tool. I think this is well worth it to get the pliers and the little tweezers. Even though it's 140, you only need to buy it once. And then, of course, all the clear bows that you can buy. Strength of the clear bow. Oh, sorry, loud. Well, that's pretty impressive. All right, I'm getting distracted. I need to end this. So, again, that is the clear bow. You can look them up on YouTube, clear bow. I'll put their video in my description below. I'll also have a link to my page, my Amazon link page with that heat gun, and there was something else that I was using. Oh, the syringes I use for the heat shield I have in there too. So just go explore around. And when you click on something there, it helps me out a little bit. I get a few pennies for whatever you buy on Amazon using that link. So it helps support the channel where I can buy equipment like this and test it out for you. So with that being said, I'm going to say sayonara. Is there anybody else? Thanks, Jay, for a nice video. Brazil, Scott, Luciano, Greg, Frank, thank you all for tuning in, and pay attention for the next one. Until then, I'm going to say goodbye and happy bending.